Will Egypt become the latest team to make it that far? As we meet the team. A few more fans inside the arena now. They like to mass behind, well, mass is probably over-exaggerating, but they like to position themselves behind one of the goals. You can see an Ali flag in amongst the Egyptian flags that are waving. And there they are, the Egyptian fans, and we start, as ever, with the formalities of the national anthem, starting with that of Tanzania. Applause rings out around the arena for the Tanzanian national anthem, and now that of the host nation, Egypt. Flags are waving behind the goal. Egypt getting set to see if they can join fellow North Africans, Morocco, in the last four, with the semi-finals to be played on Thursday, final of the 2024 Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations will be played out in this very arena, of course, on Saturday. The Egyptian starting lineup, 4 changes the coach has made, replacing every single one of his outfield players, retaining only Ibrahim Hassan Mohamed in goal. The officials today from Madagascar, also from Senegal, the 2 lead referees. And nice to see a friendly exchange. As for Tanzania, well, they retain the same side that were beaten last time out 4-3 by Tanzania. Jaruf Juma is captain and player coach, and he was amongst the goals against the Moroccans. So too Bausi, his fellow forward. Drums starting up behind one of the goals. The Tanzanians, meanwhile, all the team in their goal, on their knees and praying ahead of this game. So the team captains, Mustafa Ahmed, won't actually be starting the game for Egypt. Jaruf Juma will be, the 29-year-old. And now with over 50 appearances for Tanzania, Jaruf Juma, 29 years of age, took charge in his player coach role earlier in the year in March. And he says that playing against Egypt, the host nation, indicates the level of competition that his side are up against. And that his side fear no one. As you may be able to hear, it is very windy on the shores of the Red Sea today. Fairly calm conditions on days 1 and 2, not so on day 3.
Kicking off very shortly. Who's going to walk off with the 3 points? The Pharaohs or the Kilimanjaro Stars? Let's count down this Group A fixture. Egypt
so the countdown underway. 5 seconds or so before the buzzer will sound.
3, 2, 1. It's kickoff time.
So Ahmed El Shahat, faint strike from Haitham Costa, and a shot in on goal. Hossam Paolo. What sort of a game are you expecting today?
Yeah, I'm actually expecting a massive game because the Tanzanians, they know what is at stake. They need to do everything possible to win this game. I would use myself as a case study. In 2018, I came into this Egypt to play against the Egyptian national team, and we needed that win. And me scoring 4 goals in that game qualified Nigeria to the World Cup. This is what makes you great. This is what makes you exceptional. Yes. And this is what a player like Jaruf needs to do in this particular match, because they need to win this game to be able to have any chance of qualifying into the next round. So it's a good opportunity for Jaruf to stand out and stand tall. Right now, I think the Egyptians, they got all the support from the home fans, but they've already won their first match. The Tanzanian on their own side, they need to do everything possible to get a win in this game. They can't afford to lose, because losing this game automatically makes them exit the tournament.
Exactly, and they would join Ghana in early elimination from Group A, which, should Egypt win today, well, the group would be effectively decided in terms of who's making it through to the semi-finals after just 2 of the 3 games. And it's an early free kick for the Egyptians, which Ahmed El Shahat will take. He scored 1 goal in the 6-3 defeat of Ghana to the 34-year-old. Also scored a couple of goals at the last beach soccer AFCON in Mozambique 2 years ago. And up steps the number 4 for Egypt to see if he can open the scoring. Bounces high off the sand. Exactly what he wanted to happen. It just wasn't between the 2 posts. As the ball loops up and almost catches Hassan in the Egyptian goal by surprise. Hassan having brought an early save from Sadiki, and here he goes again, and forcing another save from the Tanzanian skipper. Well, Sadiki got injured very early on against Morocco, so it's good to see that he is recovered and back in contention and back on the field. And Egypt will have another chance, this time the ball with Ismail Bagat, 32-year-old forward with Bani Ebaid. Another to play at the last Nations Cup, 3 goals to his name there. Very early in the game, strikeout goal always fading away. And in case you're new to beach soccer, there are 3 periods of 12 minutes with a 3-minute interval between each of the periods. No game can end in a draw, because if it does end level at the end of the 36 minutes of play, it goes to extra time for 3 minutes, and in case that finishes level as well, when it goes to penalties. 3 points for a win in regulation time, 2 if it needs extra time, and 1 if it's done on penalties. As Egypt come forward, surely a handball, the ball bent in the back of the net, but it's going to be ruled out. The strike from Hossam Paulo. The ball just flicking up and catching his left hand. So it stays goalless. Tanzania appearing at only their 3rd finals. They made their debut here in Egypt in 2018, before also qualifying for the 2021 beach soccer AFCON. Finished 3rd in their group, 4th in the group on their first time around. Can they go one better here as they strike a goal and strike wide? Sharaf Juma, a key man, as Abu Aziz, the former Nigeria international, was saying. Well, sometimes these games start very, very quickly, and sometimes they need a bit of a slow burn, and at present this one just taking its time to boil up, Abu Aziz.
Yeah, they need to just be a little bit calm, because the Egyptians, they have the home advantage, and they happen to be a very, very tactical side. They've already won their first game, so they would be more calm, they would be more composed. So the Tanzanian on their own side, the chances would surely come. They just need to convert those chances. It is very, very important, because every opportunity counts, and as the opportunity comes, you need to try as much as possible to utilize it, get your goals fast, and be able to get more.
Well, Tanzania on the attacker. Volley blazed over from the man at the back, Stefano Mapunda, 28 years of age. As Haitham Costa, man of the match for Egypt in their 6-3 win over Ghana, wearing number 9. There are revolving substitutions in beach soccer. Players who go off can come back on. You don't need a break in play to make a switch, as long as you follow the protocols of substitutions correctly. And Sood, the 25-year-old forward, is among those who already come on. So to this man, Abdul Rahman Abdu, who scored twice against Ghana. And the advantage that these 2 teams have is that, unlike the games in Group B, which kicked off yesterday on Sunday, they've actually had 2 2 days of rest, and what difference will that make to both sides?
Yeah, that has made you relax a little bit, and it makes you recover from few knocks, and it's a good one for them to have played their first match. And unlike the Senegalese that played yesterday and still played today, you could see that they look much more fresh than the players that has played 2 straight days. So it's a good one for them. So I expect the Tanzanian side to be able to be fresh and be able to be fit for today's game.
Well, unlike the Tanzanians, who are just making their 3rd appearance, as said, Egypt are making their 12th, their best ever finish when runners-up last time around, beaten by the defending champions Senegal. They finished 3rd on several occasions, Egypt, but it's the qualification spot for the Beach Soccer World Cup that counts as much in this tournament for some teams as the trophy itself. The semi-final, the game to win, because that takes you through to the World Cup. Break on here for Egypt, but Hassan can't make it count. And Maponda goes long. Ahmed, the Egyptian skipper. That's Egypt going. Ishap, another of those two have come on, and here is Ahmed. Ishap just can't get that, as Siddiqui, the 35-year-old, with Vingu Guti back home, smothers the danger. Ahmed for Egypt fires it into the netting, behind which the Egyptian flags are flying. Far better attended this game, as you might expect, than the first 2 of the day. Chance here for Tanzania. Well, it was set up perfectly for him. Ismail Gambo, the 28-year-old, and he just couldn't get on that target, but that was a really good opportunity for Tanzania.
A very good opportunity, and it is something that I always clamor for, because the opportunities would surely come for you. And in the first few minutes, we have already seen Tanzania getting opportunities to get at least 2 goals, but they haven't been clinical enough, and this might be a problem for them going into the tournament, going into this particular match. The opportunities doesn't come many times, but when it comes, you need to do everything possible to get those goals, and this is one thing that makes a team a very good team.
Well, Gambo missed one for Tanzania, then Stefano Mapunda forced the corner, and then Egypt at the other end through their skipper, Mustafa Ahmed, 36-year-old with Al Nassr, but he just lobbed over from close range. Lots of changes going on. Adil Sultan is on, the 21-year-old for Tanzania. But the ball in possession of Egypt, and experienced defender Hassan Hussein. 3 goals at the last Nations Cup for the 36-year-old. 37 next month, but evergreen. Sorry, not 37 next month. And he just fires that strike in, and not on target, not going to challenge Siddiqui in the Tanzania goal. Abdu and Hassan scrapping for Egypt. Hassan, the goalkeeper, looking long for El Hosseini, who wears number 5 on the ball here. Wasn't in the squad for the first game. It's so today, and that just flashes wide from Goodluck at Gamma. Another those to have come on for Tanzania. They're knocking on the door, Tanzania, but yet to find a way through. The same problem being encountered by the Egyptians as well. Hassan into Ahmed. Hosseini. Good defending there. If they can get into the break level, Tanzania, that will give them huge encouragement, won't it?
Yeah, very well. And so far so good. They've been doing so well. They just need to try as much as possible to be vigilant when defending, because one thing about the North African teams is because their runs in the final third are very intelligent runs. So they make good runs. So the Tanzanians need to be very careful. As much as they are looking forward to get a goal, they should also be careful when defending. It is one quality that the North Africans have. We have seen that with the Moroccan team, and we have also seen it with the Egyptian team. So it's a good quality they have. The Tanzanian on their own side, they've been doing so well. They just need to try as much as possible not to concede first, because once you concede first against a North African team, it becomes a problem for you.
Indeed it does. Ahmed El Shahat tries to get Egypt moving. Hassan driving it forward, kicks up, took a touch off the Tanzanian on the way behind for what will be a corner for Egypt, which Hassan will take over on the far side. Paulo has got good height for Egypt, but they found El Shahat instead. And El Shahat can't keep that in play. Balsi played into Siddiqui. Star man for Tanzania there, skipper and coach currently off the pitch. Paulo for Egypt, into Hassan. Still Hassan goes, chance of a break here for Tanzania, doesn't happen. El Shahat steps forward, doesn't get the strike right and apologises as well. And there's a player who's just gone down, it's Bagat, who only came on just a few moments ago, the 32-year-old Ismail Bagat. Instructions being issued on the touchline. Hassan off for Egypt. You can see the youngsters in yellow seem to be a football team that have crept into the stadium just a few minutes after the game began. Costa, so impressive on day one for Egypt. Into the middle it goes and headed behind just by Balsi. Just for a moment, I thought I might find the inside of the net. Yeah,
that's just an intelligent play from the Egyptian side, and Costa happens to be one player that shone so well in their first match. And you would also look at Paulo, the number 13 shirt that scored that acrobatic kick in their first match. They've been a handful in their match, this particular match, and they've been doing everything possible. I would also give preps to the Tanzanian players, because they've been defending as a unit, and this has helped them, this has kept them in the game. They are doing so well. They just need to be more careful so they don't concede a goal.
Well, Jarrah back on the pitch for Tanzania. Costa didn't really connect with that. Just into the final minute we go. Back up on his feet. Costa. Jarrah, he can hit them, chooses not to. Salum's come on for the Tanzanians as well. Salum Rashidi, just 17 years of age. Turns 18 next month. And he's been thrown into the fray. And it's just having a word as well from the referee. Well, we've not seen too many goalless periods in the opening phases of the Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations. Will Hassan ensure we don't see another? He doesn't, because looking for the head of Paulo, couldn't find it. And as Abu Aziz says, Paulo scored an absolutely stunning overhead kick against Ghana on day one. Siddiqui doesn't get hold of that. Here is Paulo. More regular effort from distance, also off target. Puff of the cheeks from Siddiqui in the Tanzanian goal. And the buzzer will go. Well, the whistle on this occasion. And the first period comes to an end. Egypt and Tanzania goalless after the opening 12 minutes. Your thoughts, Abu Aziz, on that initial period?
I think that's a good start for the Tanzanian side. This is a team that looked at their first match, their first defeat, and they realized their mistakes, and this is what they are trying to do right now. They are trying to fix up the runs against the North African side, and it's been helping them so far, and this is one thing they just need to continue doing. And in the first quarter, we already saw them having at least 2 or 3 good chances to have scored the goal. If they can just try to concede to score one of those 2 goals, they should be able to be flying in the second quarter. They just need to be more clinical in front of goal, and that's good.
The thoughts of former Nigeria international Abu Aziz. Well, Ghana tomorrow, Tuesday for Tanzania, and Morocco for Egypt in their final Group A game, also tomorrow on Tuesday. And a reminder, in case you're joining us late, that Morocco are already through after beating Ghana earlier today. So the highlights of the first period. There's a volley flashed over. That was the opening move of the game. And then Hassan drove one forward, which Siddiqui did well to tip over. Good technique from Hassan in the Egyptian goal. And then the skipper, Mustafa Ahmed for Egypt, just couldn't keep this down. Nice idea, right idea. Just the execution failed him. And then Max Siddiqui almost caught out of the back. Some good defending from the Tanzanians again. Costa trying to play it into the middle for Egypt, didn't happen. Defences on top in the initial 12-minute period, and Paulo trying to latch onto that ball forward from the goalkeeper, Hassan. So do you think Tanzania might possibly be overawed about taking on the host nation, Egypt, or do you think with the experience of somebody like Jaruf Juma, they believe that they can sneak a result today?
Yeah, so far so good. We haven't seen much of Jaruf, and this is where other players need to step up when your star man can step up. And like I said, it is very, very important to be able to get that confidence to go into the Lions Den, to be able to snatch whatever you want to snatch. This is the right time for the Tanzania players to stand for themselves, to stand for their rights, because winning this game would be a very, very big morale booster for them. They just need to stand for themselves. But as for Jaruf, he is the captain, he is the coach. He needs to be able to stand for the team.
He certainly does. Well, should Tanzania win today, they would go level on points with Egypt. There would be 3 points apiece. Morocco top of the pile with 2 wins from 2 for their 6 points in Ghana. Pointless after their 2 games and going home after they meet the Tanzanians tomorrow. Well, I mean, going home, they will be battling for 7th or possibly 5th place. We'll have to wait and see. Striker goal, and a good one as well from Jaruf, forcing the save from Hassan. Strike on target for Tanzania. They've not had too many of those. As Bousy goes down under pressure. Here is Costa into the volley and into the back of the net for Hassan Paulo. He's so good on the volley, and he gives Egypt the lead within the first 30 seconds of the second period. Expertly found by Haitham Costa and unerringly finished by Paulo, drilled into the bottom corner. Siddiqui didn't have a prayer. Really nice layup, expert technique as well. Good move from Egypt.
Yeah, that happened to be a well-technical goal. That happened to be a well-structured goal. And like I always say, the goalkeeper happens to be an extra player in a team. And the Egyptian goalkeeper happens to be the start of this goal. A well-executed throw to his number 13. And that happened to be a good goal for them. That's a nice one. I salute the courage of that goalkeeper.
Abu Aziz impressed with what he's seen, as Jaruf is not impressed with the layoff given to him by Mapunda. A really good move that from Egypt. Simplicity itself. Hassan, and there are 2 balls on the pitch, but play goes on even with 2 balls on the pitch. Spotted by one of the officials, but no decision to stop playing, and it's being pointed out by the Egyptian goalkeeper to the officials, and the man who has the goal has the ball, and this is the ball that will stay with us in play. Costa for Egypt. Strike from distance from Hassan. Well, it's important that Tanzania just keep within distance of Egypt and don't allow them to get a couple of goals ahead and start chasing the game. Hassan forward to Paolo. Oh, they've done it again, Egypt. It's exactly the same. The throw from the keeper, the layoff from the first player, and then the tap into the back of the net. And Egypt have doubled their lead, and 2 goals in the blink of an eye at the start of the second period are taking this game away from Tanzania.
Yeah, this happens to be a well-coached team, a well-structured team goal. It starts from the goalkeeper, and you can see it's the same pattern they used to score the first goal. They have scored the second goal. You can see the combination between the goalkeeper, the jersey number 13, Paulo, and the number 9 jersey, Costa. The combination between them has been massive. In just 1 minute, they've been able to get 2 good goals, and this is what happens when you're slipping off.
Well, Paulo has scored one and made one. Ismail Bagat turning that home from close range for Egypt. He scored 3 goals at the last Nations Cup, and he is on the score sheet this time around. So Egypt now looking very comfortable. We said just a moment ago how important it was that Tanzania kept within touching distance of the hosts. And they're in danger of finding that they're going to have far too much to do to keep in this game. And as Abu Aziz, the former Nigeria international, has said, they will be going home if they lose this game, Tanzania. They need goals. Jaruf with it, back to his keeper, Max Siddiqui. Swung forward by Jaruf, and Hassan Paulo has been caught, and he's down on the ground, and the play will be held up for a little bit. And it's windy conditions. How does wind affect beach soccer? Because we know that wind can really badly affect football, and in beach soccer the ball is even lighter.
Yeah, it's an advantage for the team playing against the wind, because if you're playing against the wind, all you just need to do is to shoot the ball with technique. The wind would always assist you in going further and
playing
faster.
With the wind, yeah.
Yes, playing with the wind,
yeah.
and that is a big advantage. And it's been what the Egyptian has been using right now, because you could see the throws from the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
It's been going so well. They've already gotten 2 goals from that assist right now, so it's a good one for them. They're already playing with the wind now, so it's a good advantage for them.
It certainly is. And Hassan Paulo still down on the floor. He's 41 years of age. Paulo 6 goals at the last Nations Cup turnout for Egypt at the Beach Soccer World Cup earlier in the year. Egypt making their debut at the global event for the first time earlier in the year. He's 42 next month, Hassan Paulo, and he's still playing top level beach soccer, but that might be that for his participation today at the very least. And this is a troubling sight. Well, we're going to see his actions and involvement. Paulo making the second after firing home the first. And he is off, and it remains to be seen whether he'll return. Just coming right in front of our position, Hassan Paulo. And he's getting some medical treatment as the game gets underway. Bousey trying to turn. Costa gets a foot in for the Egyptians. Into the back post, and Tanzania are on the score sheet. Brave header, diving in while he's holding his head. But he won't mind too much, because Tanzania have reduced arrears And Ismail Gambo, the man who got on the end of that fine cross in, caused real problems.
The deficit to a single goal. Pharaohs leading Tanzania 2-1.
And he put his head where it hurts, Gambo, and that's a vital goal for Tanzania.
A very, very vital goal, and this is what makes you a good player. This is what makes you a hero, putting everything possible to get a goal. And this happened to be the period they needed that goal mostly, and it's a good one for them. It's a good one for Gambo. Now they've gotten one goal, and they just need to increase the tempo so they can get an equalizer.
Can Egypt find an instant reply? Nice ball across from Abdu. We're looking for Hosseini. Well, Paolo is still on the stretcher and down on the ground, and he's going to go and get out of the sunshine and go and receive some treatment in the shade. It doesn't look too comfortable, does he?
Yeah, I think Paolo would be a big miss for the Egyptian side, because in this game he has gotten one goal and one assist. His presence up front has always been speaking for them. In their first game, you could see him getting a very, very good goal, a vital goal at that. His combination with Costa happened to be one thing that has been helping them. So missing him through injury right now would surely affect the Egyptian gameplay.
Yes, they'll hope he can bounce back. Not today. As Hosseini tries the overhead kick into the side netting from the 29-year-old. Tanzania just a goal behind after some strong Egyptian pressure. Costa crashes one into Saloum. Chance here for Tanzania to draw level. He was always leaning back, was Yakub Nasor El Lofi, the 33-year-old. Didn't trouble Hassan. But Tanzania on the verge of drawing level. Hassan fires in a goal, and that's flicked on beautifully so to restore Egypt's 2-goal lead. Abdu with his 3rd goal of the tournament. Beautifully worked. The goalkeeper getting congratulations from Haitham Costa.
So far, I think the Egyptian goalkeeper happened to be the best or the most important player in the Egyptian team, because his contribution has been massive. He has been doing everything well, and you can see he's not even making too many saves with his hand, but his passes has been what has been helping the team. So he is a very, very good prospect for the team.
He has been involved in all 3 goals, has this man, Hassan, on the ball, launching the throws that were flicked on for goals 1 and 2, and then directly setting up Abdu to flick home. He celebrated his 30th birthday, Abdel Rahman Abdu, yesterday, and he's got goals either side of it. So I imagine it's been a fun few days for the forward for Egypt. Siddiqui back out to Yakub. Under pressure from the Egyptian skipper. Balsi trying to turn away from Hassan. And Tanzania have the ball and flicked in from Balsi and stopped on the line by Hassan. Abdu again for Egypt. With physical strength has Abdu. And instantly he was looking for the return ball from Hassan. Hassan didn't see the run. Strike from this other Hassan, the defender, not the goalkeeper. Certainly knows where the back of the net is, does Hassan Hussein. He's on the ball now. Midway point of the match and the 2nd period. As that 3rd goal knocked the stuffing out of the Tanzanian challenge. Salum back on the pitch for them as Balsi goes off. Siddiqui to Mapunda. Jaruf. Jaref trying something truly spectacular from the halfway line. That would have been some goal, but it wasn't even close.
Yeah, you can see the difference between both teams. You can see qualities in depth. You see a player like Paulo going out, and you see Abdul coming in to get that goal. In their first match against Ghana, you could notice that it was Abdul that started the game, and right now they have that depth. They have those qualities in their game that gave Paulo to start the game. Paulo started the game and he already got 1 goal, 1 assist. Right now, Abdul is already there, getting his own goal. So it means they have good depth in their team. Unfortunately, this is what the Tanzanians doesn't even have. And you would see some players in the Tanzanian team already getting 5 minutes, 6 minutes of play. You get tired.
Indeed, and squad depth is crucial to any team's chances given the fatigue of playing beach soccer. Abdu, who we're discussing, with a chance to make it for what was a lovely chipped attempt just off target. He didn't go for power, he went for finesse. And a nice idea from Abdul Rahman Abdu.
I think Abdul should be proud of me because I scored that exact goal against Egypt in 2018 in Sharm Sheikh. I scored the exact goal.
He may remember it.
I remember so well.
Well, it's a tried and tested manoeuvre from Egypt. The throw from the goalkeeper, the head into the area. Mapunda for Tanzania wins the corner. Well, they warmed up Tanzania by playing the Casablanca Cup earlier in the year in North Africa in Morocco. They teams like Morocco, Belgium and France. They didn't necessarily get the results they wanted, but it was a vital learning experience for them. Good tackle coming in from the Moroccan skipper. Aisha, Hassan. And that free kick has gone Egypt's way. Not a bad position for them. Well, the Tanzanian goalkeepers, you may see, head on his hands. He possibly can't believe that that decision has gone against his side. So allowing the Egyptians a free hit from the free kick. One which Aisha will take. Yet to score at this tournament, Ahmed Aisha, the 35-year-old.
Getting free kicks like that against a North African team is always very, very risky because they happen to be a very, very tactical side. They know how to play those free kicks to the floor. It's about accuracy, not just power. So getting those free kicks in those positions are very, very risky against you.
Up steps Ahmed Aisha, struck hard straight at the goalkeeper. Nothing subtle about that. Sood back on for Tanzania, battling with Ahmed. Aisha at the other end. Mapunda. Back into Max Siddiqui, nicely laid off to Mapunda. Another 1-2 between those two comes to naught. And Hassan mopping up at the back for Egypt, but at the expense of conceding possession to Tanzania. Taken short. Mapunda. 2 Egyptians around him, just crowded off the ball, but he's won his side a corner, which Sood will take. The 25-year-old Milindi man. Gambo. He's got Tanzania's goal charging into the area. Strikeout goal it was in the end from Sood. Back to Gambo, and he lets fly, and he hits the official on the far corner by the corner flag. That was not what he intended.
Not intended. But the Tanzanians need to do everything possible to at least get one more goal in this half because it is more important to just have 1 goal deficit into the last round playing against a North African team, because they would surely keep possession, and this is what you just need to do everything possible to get a goal. At least it should just be 1 goal deficit.
Well, that is definitely what Tanzania will be hoping to achieve. Sood thought he might have a chance to strike just a few moments ago. Charging in on Hassan. Hassan holding his head. Be a break in play, but he's fully entitled to challenge for that. Sood. Nothing malicious in it, and he just trudges back to the halfway line, and just a split second late he was. Hassan, the goalkeeper, just holding his right shoulder, but back on his feet now. Egypt's captain, Mustafa Ahmed, just teeing it up for his goalkeeper. We saw Mohamed Manar scoring earlier today. Can Hassan repeat the goalkeeping feat of finding the back of the net? He cannot. Mohamed Manar playing for Morocco against Ghana, that is. Jaref tackled by his opposing counterpart captain. And Jaref has got the free kick. And well, we saw how lethal he can be from range. Jaref Juma in Tanzania's opening game against the Moroccans. One stunning left-footed strike from near the halfway line. Hassan still receiving treatment, the Egyptian goalkeeper, as Jaref just takes his time. So if you were taking this free kick, Abu Aziz, would you be going for the little bounce just in front of the goalkeeper?
Yeah,
the little chip or the blast?
That is just the best way, because once it's bounced in front of the goalkeeper, it becomes a 50-50 chance for the goalkeeper to get it. So if you are going for power, it means you are giving the goalkeeper an opportunity to just punch the ball or catch the ball. So the technique in playing this particular one is to just hit the ball right in front of the goalkeeper, in front of the sand, as in against the sand. So that should give you a 50-50 chance to get the goal. But in as much as you are getting that, you need to be also get it with force.
Well, Mohamed El Sayed is on for Egypt, because Ibrahim Hassan is wincing in pain as he comes off the field holding his upper right thigh. And Jaref Juma just making sure that the pitch is to his satisfaction. The 29-year-old replacement keeper for Egypt possibly going to be called into immediate action by the Tanzanian captain, who strikes hard and it bounces just in front of the keeper, bounces up, hits his chest, got his body behind the ball, and that's just what was required as the ball comes in dangerously. A really important header from Haitam Costa at the back stick, because that was laser guided onto the head of Mapunda. Tanzania is arriving late for this. Costa again with a header. Jaref trying to twist away, battling with 3 Egyptians, doesn't manage to come away with the ball. Costa, a little flick round the corner to Hassan. Importantly cut out by Salum, but still Hassan comes forward. Oh, through the goalkeeper, Siddiqui. Egypt have their 4th, and Hassan has his 1st of the tournament. And that won't be a moment, I think, that Max Siddiqui will want to see again, because it just seemed to go straight through him. I won't bother this man Hassan, who trudges immediately off the pitch. Let's see it again on the replay, but it stayed low and through the legs of the goalkeeper. And on this occasion, Abu Aziz, I don't think we can blame the pitch.
No, I won't. This is just a case of class between both teams. The Egyptians has been classy. The Egyptians has been the better side. So their style of play has been paying off for them. Also, in a game of beach soccer, loss of concentration in just 2 seconds is enough to take you out of the game.
4-1, the Egyptians lead. Just the solitary strike from Gambo for the visiting team, I'll call them on this occasion, given we are playing this game in Hurghada, Egypt. El Sayed to Hassan. He scored one of his 3 goals in the 2022 competition in the final itself. A more routine group stage strike for now. Will Egypt make it to the final in 5 days' time? Well, this is surely the crucial period of the game. Both sides came into it goalless, and Egypt have scored 4, and with the final 2 seconds of this period, they could go 4 clear if Bagat, who scored Egypt's second, can fire home from relatively close range. So as this one's a little bit closer, this surely is raw power.
Yeah, this is not also about power, it's about precision. You just need to pick your spots and get it right. That is the most important thing. And because it is very, very close, you should not be able to play it to the sand right now because it is very, very close.
Yeah.
Just pick your angle and get it right. That is the best way to play.
Let's see what he decides to do. Bagat does thump it, does go for raw power, and does find the back of the net. And Egypt lead by 4, and they have their 5th. And Bagat has his 2nd. And Tanzania are in real trouble. But the host nation and runners-up from last time around are marching, cruising towards the semi-finals. And what a period it has been for the Egyptians. And what a period it has been for Ismail Bagat. 2 goals. Will there be time to take the kick? Just as the buzzer goes. And this surely was the period of the game that took the game away from Tanzania, because it's very, very hard to see them pulling 4 goals back in the next period.
Yeah, the Tanzanian side, they started the game well, and unfortunately they went off in just few seconds of the second half of the second quarter, and that has given them this much defeat right now. For the Egyptian side, it has shown that winning their first game wasn't a fluke. They brought that same energy in the second half, and we can see how good their team is. Also, they're talking about their squad depth. It has been helping them so much, and we can see how good they are from the first match to the second half. Same energy.
We certainly can. A stunning aerial shot. You can see the stadium, the swimming pool just behind it. Well, that's the hotel where the teams are staying here in Hurghada, on the banks of the Red Sea, famous for its diving, of course, it's holidaying. And you can see the crowd has been building over the day, in case you joined us from the very first game to kick off, what, 3-4 hours ago.
We'll see you next time right here at the CAF Beef Chopper.
So the highlights and the goals for Egypt. Paulo opening the scoring after being expertly fouled by Costa. Excellent technique, head over the ball, drilled it low. And then it was Paulo's turn to turn creator, teeing it up for Ismail Bagat, who could barely miss from all of a yard out. I really enjoyed that. Gambo pulled one back for the Tanzanians, putting his head in where it hurts, before Abdel Rahman Abdu got his head onto that expert layoff from Ibrahim Hassan in the Egyptian goal, to the delight of those fans. Congratulations of Costa for his play. And then Hassan finding a way, Hassan Hussein, the defender, straight through Max Siddiqui in the Tanzanian goal. And then just on the stroke of the end of the second period, Bagat got his second to leave the score after the second of 3 periods. Egypt 5, Tanzania 1.
It's a massive result so far for the Egyptian side, and all they just need to do is to avoid injuries to their players, because they already have one of their star man already out. That is Polo. Right now they are cruising 5-1. They have just 12 minutes more to play in this game. They just need to give some players that hasn't gotten enough playing time opportunity to get into the game, to get into the rhythm.
It'll be really interesting to see what happens in tomorrow's game between Morocco and Egypt. Both sides already through. You would have thought it'd be a match of high intensity and competition. But as it is, it might just be an opportunity to field reserve sides.
Yeah, sometimes in games like that, where both sides has already qualified to the semi-final, we need to see bragging rights sometimes. Sometimes you need to play to top the group, so that if you're topping the group, you might be meeting an opponent that isn't as very, very strong from the other group. So it would depend on who comes second in the other group for you to know if you need to go strong or need to just be calm with your selection, with your style of play. So it would depend on the other group, who comes first, who comes second. But sometimes if Egypt and Morocco or any other North African team are to play against themselves, bragging rights is what we always look ahead of.
Well, the games are staggered on Tuesday when the matches take place, which means that it won't be fully clear who's where in the group until. So there's going to be a little bit of time to take, and I appreciate your point, Abu Aziz, that obviously you want to try and play the weaker opposition, and I'm sure both these sides will be desperately keen to avoid meeting Senegal. As we await this free kick, which Al Sayed will take very early in the third period. He's going to have to start his run from inside his goal. Bit of a lull in play here. He chooses to play it forward, intelligently so, against the crossbar and high into the sky. And it stays Egypt 5, Tanzania 1, even though the woodwork's slightly rattling. Pushing and shoving, Gambo can't get on the end of it. El Sayed looking for Costa in space. Well, the first touch wasn't bad, but it was well defended by Good Luck for Tanzania. Costa again. Ahmed, the skipper for Egypt. It's a little bit of game management here from Egypt, just taking their time. No rush whatsoever. Conserving energy. Stopping Tanzania from getting the ball and getting any sort of foothold back in the game.
Yeah, that is the best way to play beach soccer, especially when you are leading and leading comfortably. You need to just conserve energy, because in a space of 7 days you have to play at least 4 to 5 matches, so you need to conserve your energy so well. So I think the Egyptians, they are already doing the right thing, the best thing for them.
Well, this will be a free kick to Tanzania, and a chance for them to pull one back. Gambo, the 28-year-old with KMCFC, with the opportunity. Can he make this count and start what would be an improbable comeback for Tanzania? Gambo looking for a second of the game, fails to hit the target, and the Egyptian goal remains untroubled. That's poor, that's short as well, and they can't profit Well, that was a really poor touch from El Shahat. And Tanzania could not make them pay. Gambo, it was again who had the opportunity. And you don't get many chances like that in a game like this.
You don't. And every opportunity, every chance is a big opportunity to get back into the game. And if you are missing opportunities like that in a crucial game like this, it means you need to work harder in being clinical. You need to work harder offensively. So these are chances that a team that needs to score, a team that needs goal, needs to be converting.
Here is Costa for Egypt. Really good save from Siddiqui. Costa playing it in again. Abdu against the post. Oh, it was good goalkeeping. And then it was the woodwork that saved Tanzania from falling even further behind. Good luck. Trying to play it into Sood. Ball just crashing past up. Seats in the stand. Gambo for Tanzania. He's got Balsi to aim at. The tall figure wearing 13 and clashing with El Shahat right in front of the goalkeeper. El Sayed comes out to gather, and it's 2 versus 1 for Egypt, and Hassan can fire into the back of the net, which he does, to score Egypt's 6th, his 2nd of the game. And the host nation just stretched away even further. 4 goals, they were clear, 5 now. And Hassan is a man who enjoys scoring goals, and he's enjoying his celebration too, and he thumped that home.
Yeah, beach soccer happens to be a game where you take your chances. These chances doesn't come often, and Hassan happens to be a defender, but he has moved into the offensive side, and he has gotten 2 goals in this particular encounter. So good for him, and good for the team. They are cruising.
They are indeed cruising. He scored 3 goals in his 5 games. The beach soccer AFCON in 2022. Hassan, he's got 2 in 2 periods here. Sood thought about the volley. Was it going to be a tricky one? A mild, half-hearted appeals for handball from the Tanzanians. Still Sood goes. He had Yakub behind it, but he's all the way back with Siddiqui. Well, Group A is as good as settled. We just await the final buzzer. Sood with the outside of the boot effort straight into El Sayed, and it's such a clear and obvious game plan from Egypt, isn't it? The ball out wide from the goalkeeper, flicked into the middle, and it certainly got them off and running in this encounter. The player not back the full 5 yards. 5 meters, I should say. Sood. Yakub. Yakub just trying to juggle his way past Costa, who dispossessed an opponent in the first game against Ghana to score, almost did so again there. Outside, throwing that off, and on comes Mahmoud Emad Khalil. Just 23 years of age, and it's his first minutes of the tournament. Wasn't in the squad for the game against Ghana, as Mohamed Balsi goes into the referee's notebook. He doesn't look best pleased about it either. And Balsi also departs the field voluntarily. And Sultan is on. Well, they gave a solid account of themselves against the Moroccans, Tanzania, but they've just found it far harder going against Egypt, ranked 3rd on the continent. Tanzania ranked 5th, but 47th in the world to Egypt's 20th, and it really has been a gulf in class, let alone a home advantage for the Egyptians. El Shahat tickling it forward, early strike from Emad, and he can't keep it down. Yakub for Tanzania. Substitutions are plenty being made by the Egyptian coach. And he has brought on his fresh blood in the shape of Ahmad and others, and
yeah,
luxurious position for
very, very important. And you can see in just 2 attempts, the Ahmad has already gotten an attempt to score. So it's a good one for the team, having players that can give you whatever you want, the results you want. It's very, very important for your team.
Certainly is. Well, I'm very surprised to see Paolo back on the pitch, but delighted to see him so as well. He was
an undertaker.
He was emotionless when he was on the stretcher. But he's back on the pitch, and he might even be back amongst the goals. Ahmad fires fairly feebly at Siddiqui. Sood, they've definitely lost their belief, Tanzania. And they're just playing out this game, and at the moment all they can hope for is just a couple of goals to be consolations.
Yeah, something is clear about the Tanzanian side. They are playing this game like the normal or regular 11 side football, and there is always a huge difference between beach soccer and the regular football. You need to try as much as possible not to drag the ball on the floor, not to struggle with the ball on the floor. Try as much as possible to play the ball on the air.
Yep.
It makes it easier for yourself. It makes it easier for your team.
More predictable.
Yes, more. But the Tanzanian side, they are trying to keep the ball on the floor, and it becomes a big problem for them because it is always very, very hard to play the ball on the floor on this kind of surface.
Absolutely. Sand dunes with an unpredictable bounce, hence the free kicks that are designed to just bounce just 2 to 3 yards or so in front of a goalkeeper, and the hope that it will just fly up. Hassan charging in, looking for a hat-trick. Hassan, and he scored his hat-trick on his left foot as well. Well, he dispossessed his opponent, and then he thumped it into the bottom right-hand corner. And Hassan Hussein of Egypt has scored a hat-trick, and that was another really smart finish from him, and he's got a huge smile as he comes off the pitch to hug the Egyptian coaching staff. Look at that strike.
Correction, goal scored by number 2.
Solid tackle, and then a lovely swing of his left foot to fire it past Siddiqui, leaving the Tanzanian goalkeeper clutching in there, a little chance, and Hassan.
Yeah, this is what makes
made it 7.
This is what makes beach soccer different from the regular football. You can see Hassan, he plays as a defender, and he has already gotten an hat-trick in this game. Once you are playing a beach soccer game, any position you find yourself, you have to play as like you are in that position, or that position belongs to you. Hassan has gotten 3 goals in this game because he finds himself in an attacking position and he has utilized his position. So this is not about I am a defender, I am a striker. Whichever position you find yourself, just make it count. So a good one for the team, a good one for Hassan, a good one for Egyptian beach soccer team.
Well, he's coming forward again. Ahmad trying to flick in the knock-on from Hassan. Good goalkeeping from Siddiqui. Hassan, who has equalled his goal tally from the last Nations Cup in this one game. Costa coming forward again, a really clever player. Bagat drills it into the back of the net, and it is 8 for Egypt. And Bagat also has a hat-trick. And he's got a smile as wide as the Red Sea. And he gets the congratulations from his fellow hat-trick hero as well. Bagat did well to dispossess and then just roofed it past Siddiqui. Tanzania caught in possession was Adil Sultan. And Bagat just thrashed high into the roof of the net. Look at the goals. Well, I think we can safely say that we know the 2 semi-finalists from Group A, because Tanzania are not going to be scoring 7 goals even to draw level and take this game to extra time in the remaining 4 minutes. A chastening experience for them after a rather confident, inspiring display against Morocco. But the North African challenge in this North African tournament is strong. Just 2 North African teams in the competition. Both are into Thursday's semi-finals. It might get even worse here. Isha can't get on the end of that nice layoff from Hassan. Tries his luck, crashes it into Saloum. Jaruf back on the pitch. We've not seen too much of him. He's had rather a lot to think about. He's tried to ensure his side doesn't suffer the drubbing. And he tries to pull one back for Tanzania. Forces a decent save from El Shahat. Good strike from Jaruf from the halfway line. And another really important touch there from El Sayed as well, because 2 Tanzanians were charging forward to try and get in on the end of that corner from Gambo. Well, Egypt led in the last beach soccer AFCON final with only a few minutes left on the clock. It was a last late equaliser in the 3rd period as Hosseini judged to have caught Gambo. Hosseini down on the floor, but this will be a free kick to Tanzania. Just didn't see Gambo coming in from his blind side. Now Hosseini. Gambo, who has Tanzania's only goal of the game. So it's not Gambo, it's Mponda who will take this. And we'll see if he can reduce arrears. It's still been a drubbing, though, for Tanzania. Chance to at least get some personal satisfaction, but it was not a strike that had any real power. Aisha to Hosseini. Nice turn from him, and then flicked over by Aisha. They look hungry, don't they, Egypt? They've got 8, Abu Aziz, but still they want more.
Yeah, in life when you play and you meet...
And they have got more, sorry to interrupt you. Ahmed with the 9th for Egypt. Oh, this is a massive scoreline. And he must have been watching his teammates score goal after goal and wondering when he was going to get in on the action. And the Egyptian skipper has made it 9. Sorry, Abu Aziz, but clearly an important moment to interrupt.
Well, once you play against a weaker opponent, you try as much as possible to make it count. The Egyptians right now, they are playing against a weaker opponent, and they need to gather a lot of momentum. They need to start bad. They need to get lots of goals, because this gives them more confidence. It takes them a step ahead of other teams going into the tournament. So it's good for them that so many of their players are getting goals. They would get more confidence, more happiness, more joy going into the tournament. It's a good one for them.
It certainly is. It's a very, very good day at the office for Mustafa Lofty, the Egyptian coach. Led the side 2 years ago. Tanzania, though, with Mapunda. Ah, that's a lovely goal from Mapunda. Well, if you're going to reduce arrears and score a consolation, that is really not a bad way to do it. Stefano Mapunda with his first goal of the tournament. And a lovely acrobatic overhead kick. Yeah, look at this. Very nice, into the bottom corner as well. He got that absolutely right.
Yeah, it's a good one for Mapunda, because he happens to be one of their star players, and at least getting 1 goal against the host nation, it's a good one for him. He should be able to get some more goals in their last match to take something home. It's a good one for him.
Well, he couldn't score a free kick just a moment ago, just sort of dribbled it forward, but he could convert a far harder overhead effort. A 11 goals in just under 35 minutes. Tanzania might get a third here. Bausi. And they surely will. And Mapunda has got his second in as many minutes. And this is beginning to look a much more respectable scoreline for Tanzania. 9-3 now they trail. And Mapunda, having not scored at this tournament, has now got 2. In the blink of an eye. Well, the changes ringing out for Egypt. Abdu on, Bagat on, El Shahat on. Costa 2. Just over a minute to play. No danger, as said, whatsoever of Egypt letting this slip. But a lot of different Egyptian players on the score sheet. Will El Shahat manage to do so? He scored in the first game, El Shahat, against Ghana. And that's a lovely flick as well from Bagat, looking for a fourth. Good save from Siddiqui, but he's got caught holding his right forearm, as you can see. He gets a little concerning shrug as well from El Shahat. And Bagat just hungry for goals. Siddiqui will fire this at the Egyptian goal, unless he's going to look and try and play it through to one of his players to run on and hit. Well, this might make him feel a smidge better about himself after conceding 9. And he's got to kick this into the wind as well. Siddiqui for Tanzania just floats it into the netting behind the goal.
Final minute of the match.
Into the final minute we go. Costa for Egypt, onto his left, just past the upright. Costa got all those goals on day 1 against Ghana. Yet to get on the score sheet today. Tanzania can pull back another here. 9-1 they were trailing. But this is a very, very presentable opportunity to get the fourth, which Bausi will take dead central up against Al Sayed. Big number 13 for Tanzania. Takes his time, steadies himself. The ball has just rolled off the mound that he had made for it. Scored once against Morocco on day 1, Bausi. And he can't convert against Egypt. Really good save that from El Sayed, because he was at close range. And El Sayed gets another important touch. And Bagat coming forward again. Bagat desperate for a fourth, seemingly. But over-eager in the eyes of the official. And it's a free kick to Tanzania, which Adil Sultan will take. Less than 30 seconds on the clock. And are they going to be looking for Bausi or Mapunda on the diagonal here? Tanzania, well, there's a lot of time being taken. He's gone to the goalkeeper, who looks long, and he's just going to try and flick this in. Mapunda didn't get the contact he wanted. Abdu for Egypt, to Bagat, back to Abdu into Costa on the volley, and Costa over the bar. And that was a very presentable chance for Haitham Costa. And now there's sand in the face of Ibrahim Hassan, which is an occupational hazard in beach soccer. A nod of the head from Abu Aziz, and just a little bit of water sorts it out.
Yeah, you know, in a beach soccer game, it is normal for the sand to drop into your eyes. It is an occupational hazard, just like you said. So it's one of those things that that happens to us every time.
Well, Hassan has had a bit of treatment. 7 seconds to go. Tanzania sees something approaching more respectability with those 2 final goals from Mapunda. But they're not going to score any more than that, because the buzzer has gone, and Egypt, the host nation and 2022 Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations runners-up, are through to the semi-finals of the 2024 edition. They will be joined there by Morocco from Group A. Tanzania, like Ghana in Group A, can no longer qualify. They kiss goodbye to their dreams of achieving more here and reaching the knockout stage for the first time. Ismail Bagat announced as the man of the match for the Egyptians. He scored a hat-trick, and Hassan Hussein, who also got 3, might consider himself a little unfairly done with. Paolo also amongst the goals for Egypt, so too the skipper Mustafa Ahmed and Abdel Rahman Abdou, also netting in a comprehensive 9-0 victory. Abu Aziz, your thoughts on what was a domination and a clinical display by the home nation?
Yeah, I think it is always very, very good to have to watch a team that has a good structure, to have a good style of play, to have a good way of playing, and this has helped the Egyptian side. If you watch the Egyptian side from the both games they have played, they have quality players up front and defense. They also have players that can play in various positions. They have versatile players. We have seen their defenders being able to get goals. We have seen their attackers being able to defend. So it's a good one for the team. It's a good one for Egyptian beach soccer team as a whole. You can see their technical crew has been doing a good job for them. So nice one, and congratulations to Egyptian beach soccer team. They've already qualified into the semi-final. Let's see how far they can go.
Thank you very much, Abu Aziz. It has ended here at the Hurghada Beach Soccer Arena in the second game in Group A today. Egypt, Morocco through after it ended. Egypt 9, Tanzania 3.
سادتي فلنرحب بالمنتخبات الوطنية لموزمبيق وموريتانيا. Let's welcome the national teams of Mozambique and Mauritania. سيداتي سادتي فلنتعرف على الفرق. Let's meet the teams starting with the Mambas of Mozambique. رقم 10 the captain number 10 Rashid Sibite. رقم 1 number 1 Gonçalves Monstro. رقم 3 number 3 Artur Dinho. رقم 5 number 5 Jose Moriera. رقم 6 number 6 João Nelson.
Welcome to the Hurghada Beach Soccer Arena for the fourth and final game on day 3 of the Beach Soccer Africa Cup of Nations.
Number 8 Felipe
Mozambique
Look
to continue their winning